Welcome to the Fire Rescue Wellness Podcast Spotlight, where we revisit take-home messages and shine a light on previous FRW podcasts in 10 minutes or less. I'm Lex, AZ's right and left-hand woman, and I churn out these mini episodes for her. Let's go.
I prioritize sleep, and so I'm nodding my head.
Yeah, you are like the ideal role model for you are.
Thank you. But many administrators, I think they're starting to come around, but still there's that pervasive attitude of, we do not pay you to sleep.
Yep.
We'll allow you to take a few minutes in the chairs after lunch, but we do not pay you to sleep. How, and we can't convince people of anything. Mm-hmm. I'm not in the business of convincing, but what are some words we could say to those administrators that might sort of spur them to action to realize that although, maybe they don't pay us to sleep, it is super important?
So I want to say these are fear-mongering tactics. Well, actually, they are fear-mongering tactics.
Preach it, girl.
So, and this is stuff, we've had this issue in the military too. I think I told you about at Walter Reed, we were able to get napping pods there because same thing. You have senior military leaders who are medical professionals saying, well, why would I pay somebody to sleep on the job at work? People who nap are lazy, like classic, stigmas. And we took those exact words and put them in an editorial that went to the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, which is like the world's governing board on sleep, with refuting their points. And sure enough, that publication was resulted in Walter Reed getting their sleep pods. We didn't put who said that exact comment, but those senior leaders knew that we were willing to play because we did. Not to say you should go to that level, but the two tactics we use is, one, you would never show up to work drunk. And if you look at the consequences of sleep deprivation, past 18 hours, it looks no different than somebody who has a blood alcohol content of 0.06. At 24 hours of sleep deprivation, which is most fire shifts, it's as if you are performing legally drunk. And it's true, the NIH has done these studies where they've done head-to-head comparisons of people they actually give alcohol to and people they sleep deprive at the same time. And their cognitive performance, like vigilance, attention, those measures look no different. So that's something we say is would you show up to work drunk? No, but we show up sleep deprived all the time. And then the other thing is, I always bring attention to terrible accidents that have happened that are 100% a fatigue related cause. The more popular one I use today is when the McCain and the Fitzgerald collided, the two missile carriers for the Navy, and killed 49 sailors. That was a direct result of fatigue. I show our studies where we found that combat effectiveness drops by 50% the minute you're deprived of sleep by 30%. So it's, I hate to say we use bad news stories, but that's the only way I think administrators listen, because they don't want anyone getting hurt or dying on their watch.
Well, and we know that cancer and suicide and cardiovascular disease and 9 of the top 15 mortality or causes of mortality are all directly related to sleep. But if we put that aside, sleep deprivation is also related to medication errors and motor vehicle accidents while on job and things like that. So I think we really do need to care about it, and we really need to stop that attitude if we don't pay you to sleep.
Right, exactly. And I think for your line of work too, what people don't forget is, really, the public is your customer. So you have to have customer service relations too. And the first thing that is hijacked when you're sleep deprived is your emotional centers. And so that emotional volatility and inability to think rationally goes out the window the minute you're sleep deprived. So you're not going to be effective there too. People aren't going to listen to you or respect your authority because you're volatile.